Hi guys, and welcome back to Godlike Jesters. As you know, I'm Sandro.
And I'm James. And today, guys, we are starting off with complete and utter confusion with regards to lockdown. And to explain what I mean by that complete and total confusion, let's have a word from our Prime Minister.
So we are saying don't go to work, go to work. Don't take public transport, go to work, don't go to work. Stay indoors. If you can work from home, go to work. Don't go to work. Go outside, don't go outside. And then we will or won't something or other.
I think that clears up all
Yeah.
lockdown for us.
I
I think
think
that's
that
a
makes
clear.
more sense.
I mean, guys, that's obviously that wasn't the Prime Minister. That was comedian Matt Lucas. But Christ Almighty, if you watched the Prime Minister's speech on Monday, it is the most confusing thing I think I've ever seen.
I don't think
Matt
he's
Lucas.
made anything clear, has he, so far?
Well,
About
no,
anything.
not at all. I mean, I was sat there. I was watching it with my family. I was sat there, and it's like, go to work if you can go to work. Don't use public transport. So basically, if you don't have access to a car, you can't go to work. But it's
It's
like go
screwed,
to,
eh?
but it's also a case of go to work and like sit with people, maybe tens, maybe hundreds of people you don't know who are not your family, who could be unknowingly have been exposed to corona at some point. But yet you are not allowed to go see your family who live in another household.
It's just like it was before. Everyone were going back to work. Like I went back to work. I'm back off now. I was feeling ill, and I went home sick, and they put me back on furlough,
It, it's
uh, which is a bit shit. But
honestly it's utter madness. I mean, if Rutter brings up the PM's like BBC thing, we scroll down a little bit. We can. I think it talks about like I think it mentions that we can do unlimited exercise somewhere.
yeah, I think we're
Um,
like got a beach now, aren't
so we can go for drives. We can do unlimited exercise. But it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't think it says it there, does it? Yeah, people will be allowed to drive to parks and beaches in England as long as they observe social distancing. So we can go to parks with hundreds and thousands of
we?
people we don't know them, and expose ourselves, but we can't go see the people we
Well, it's
care
kind of
about.
a loophole there, Sam. Well, just tell your family to go out park as well.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. This is the thing. It's like there's no clarification of what's acceptable and what isn't.
Just tell your
Like,
family and friends, go out park, I'll meet you there and we'll keep social distancing. Sound
it,
loophole.
yeah, but that's what I mean. That's that therein lies the problem. Like people aren't gonna social distance. We've seen that.
Well,
Like,
did you see what VE Day?
mate, don't get me started. I've seen the amount of like
How
garden parties
mental
and
were
stuff.
that? There were people partying out on the street, all neighbours partying out on the street, having barbecues. Apparently, the NHS hadn't seen out like it since like 5 years ago, where it was just carnage.
But it's
But
like,
there aren't many people in hospital
well,
with
I
like head
know
injuries and drunken behaviour.
the thing is, I know for a fact, like people around here. I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but I know for a fact people who've been having house parties. They've been having like people coming over, sat in the gardens, having barbecues who are not of the household, causing utter thing. I'm sat here just like, this is enraging. Like my dad,
I
he's
went
got
for a walk, mate. I went for a walk and I had to fight my way through. Well, not fight my way through, but I had to go a long way around because the street just full. It was full of people. I'm
well,
like, what's going on here?
it honestly, it actually just enrages me. Like
People had
I,
stands out.
because I've got my dad with COPD or whatever, so I have basically locked myself in the house. I mean, you know for a fact, I have
Yeah.
barely left this house, which has driven me utterly insane to the point where I pretty much had a breakdown the other day. Um, just like I've not left my house. I've done my best to protect my family, like minimizing my exposure, etc. And yet people on your street, people that you know, like put it on social media that I've social and it just sends me through the wall. Like it sends me in rage. I mean, I was saying to you earlier, like I've been having a bit of a breakdown. I mean, a lot of people. Well, I mean, I've told my story about this a lot of times, but years ago, I was depressed, overweight, jackass, etc. Like, really didn't like myself. It took me 10 years of discipline, training to get myself into a position where I was confident and happy with myself.
Well, at the end of the day, you went through it all. You became champion, didn't you?
Well, I say I went through
bodybuilding.
Well, that's what I mean. I went from being, in my own opinion, like, don't want me to offend anyone else, but in my opinion, I went from being a depressed fat sack of shit to a natural men's physique champion in the north of England. And like, to see over the last few months now, all that work start to disappear, it's driving me insane. Because I mean, I've trained every single day as best as I can with what I've got, and it's just watching it all go away.
Well, have you seen the prices of stuff now? It's unbelievable. Like, you look online, it's like, what were you saying, 130 quid for a bench, for a standard bench, and for the same standard bench. Well, nowhere's got any stock of it, but if you look, there's people online selling it at like double the price.
Well, this is the thing, right? Argos, like, they've got a bench that's about 130 quid. Comes with some weights. It's got all sorts of little things on it. Really good looking bench, to say what it is. Like, I'd get that in a heartbeat for myself. Folds away, perfect time in the house. Like, went on the website, sold out. Everywhere sold out. I've gone to Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that, seen the exact same bench, not unboxed, like, it's still in the box, being sold for like 250, 300, 350 quid. I'm just sat here thinking, you have got to be an utter scumbag to be taking advantage of this whole lockdown crisis.
Well, to be fair, if I had the eyesight, I'd have bought loads of them and done exactly the same thing.
I mean, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Like, I can understand where they're coming from. They've seen opportunity, they're profiteering off of it. But I mean, I can understand why somebody would do that. Ethically, I do not agree with that, because you're screwing over people who genuinely need it. I mean, like, I'm genuinely mentally struggling with this right now. I mean, thankfully, my boss has lent me a sort of stepper and a couple of dumbbells for me to use.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Yeah, it's like
decent.
It's enough to help me in the short term until I can get hold of an actual bench.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they want you coming back to work in whenever it is, looking like a slob. But then again, your workout videos, you've explained to me what you're doing, and I'm like, my God, I can't be asked with that.
Well, so this is like, I actually got really frustrated today because I put it on my social media, like, I'm actually really struggling, and then you've got people piping up who messaging me directly and said, "Oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried that?" And I'm like,
right, yeah, mate, I'm a personal trainer. I've tried all sorts of stuff.
This is it. I'm like, I'm a PT. Give me a chair, and I can get pretty much any workout done. But there's a difference between.
It's not enough.
Yeah, there's a difference between working out with your body weight when you're capable and you can like deadlift up to 240 kilos. It's near impossible.
You're gonna get a few sandbags.
This is what I mean. I need something with some actual weight to it, because resistance bands, they're not doing it. Like, I've actually snapped a pair. So it's just like,
well, if this
was
you are lad.
Carrying that massive ego around is not enough.
Well, if this lockdown were over, where you can be able to shift all this rubble around back, that'd help you out.
I swear, as soon as that gym is open again, like, this is the thing. That's
mate, I can't wait either.
That's what really sparked me. That's what really set.
I'm saying this, like, but I've had Chinese for tea, breakfast, and then dinner yesterday. I had a pizza last night.
I love it. I like Rutter's just getting a picture up of Greg's.
There's only one place I'm waiting for, boys. There's only one place I'm waiting for. The Holy Land.
I don't think it's an exaggeration to say I haven't eaten Greg's for about
I'd just like to say that we're not being supported by Greggs by putting this on.
But I'm pretty sure Sandra would love to be sponsored by Greggs.
On it for you, lads.
Yeah, of course I would. I'll eat Greggs all day.
But this, I think what really did me in, like what really set me off on like having this little breakdown was like when lockdown began. I thought, oh yeah, lockdown's only gonna be a month. It might be maybe 2 months or whatever. Gyms will open up again. Great stuff. I'll crack on. I can handle not training properly for a month. 2's a bit of a stretch. And then I read like the gyms aren't gonna be open until October, and I was just like, are you joking me? I was like, are you actually joking me now? October? That is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, at least we'll be beach ready for next year.
What, like beach bloody Wales?
Next year. If it opens up October this year, we'll be beach ready next year summer. we've just this year's just a write-off. We should get it back.
Yeah, like we talked about like Mike Tyson coming back. Like we talked about Mike Tyson coming back in the last podcast. Like, I joked about this the other day. Like they say he's got enough power in his punch to knock you into the next year. If that is an actual offer, I volunteer because I'm done with 2020. Please, Mike Tyson, I beg you, hit me so hard you punch me into next year. I'll pay you to do it. I will pay you to do it. I'm done with 2020. I'm done with 2020. This year has been a write-off. Well, actually, I met my girlfriend last year, so it's all fine.
What, Sam? You've got a girlfriend?
We really are going to have to get on this podcast at this point.
I'm going to set up.
We are going to have to get.
I'm going
to
I'm going to set up a buzzer or some sort of transitional feed for every time you mention it in a podcast. Then I'm just going to put it up for like 5 minutes over whatever conversation's going on. It's like, what? Sam's got a girlfriend.
I mean, it's literally a case of like it's almost a running joke now. We've mentioned her, I think, in every podcast so far.
Yeah, every one of them,
and she hasn't appeared in any of them yet.
How does she feel about this?
She hasn't said a bad word to me about what she's watched so far. I mean, I haven't said anything bad, I don't think.
No, you answered out bad, though.
That's good.
I'd remember that because I like to. I like it when you get in trouble.
Yeah, I know you do.
It takes it away from me.
But, yeah, like I mean, the last time she got angry with me was because obviously I was doing all spoilers by accident. Not really. I mean, I don't mean to spoil stuff in a TV series. It just happens. But
I know.
But the thing is, after I really upset her the other day, I have really tried so hard not to do spoilers. She's watching an anime right now that I've completed, and just talking about it.
Which one's that one?
High School DxD.
Oh, yes. It's a right one, is that one?
I know.
I like that one.
I know. Like, if you get
that's the one with the cubicles, isn't it?
Thing is, that's it. If you get past all like the horny stuff in it, it's actually a really entertaining story.
Yeah, I was watching that first episode of that. Watching it nicely. Oh my god, what's going on here?
I was just like,
I think I messaged you straight away. I think I carry on watching this.
It's so weird. So she's watching it. I've watched the entire series or whatever.
It's got a good story as well.
Well, that's what I mean. It's got a great story. So I was like, she was texting me about it. I saw a message. I was texting her back. And I sent the message, and luckily it was on WhatsApp. And I was thinking to myself, right, nothing I've said there is an actual spoiler, but this could. I don't know where she's in the series. This could get some grey water. So like, just delete the message for everybody. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk it. Red flag on the play. Get rid of that message.
It took you long enough to realise this.
Yeah, well,
how long I've known you for years, Sam, and you think you spoiled every anime I've watched.
I'm not scared. I'm not that scared of you.
Apart from One Piece, because you haven't seen any of that.
I have seen a fair
Get it watched. Get it watched, lad.
But it's like, the thing is, what I'm saying is like, she scares me far more than you do.
I understand that.
And that says quite a bit. I mean, let's be fair. I've always said there's only, up until recently being like with Scarlett, there's only 2 people who ever put the fear of God into me, really. One's my dad.
Yeah.
And the other's you when I threw a ketchup packet at your head.
Yeah, that was a
Like,
long time ago.
that
That.
was the only time I've genuinely been afraid for my life.
I
So,
thought you made me bleed.
well, right. So, to put things into context for you guys, like story
Oh God.
story time. Back in the day, me and Sandra at a house party, and Sandra thought it would
Swear I
be
did my foot in that, innit it?
yeah. Sandro thought it'd be a very clever idea to throw a ketchup packet at my head. At this
You threw it at
moment,
me.
no, you threw it at me first,
Did I?
and yeah, because it was
Oh,
my
did I just do that?
He just launched it at me. And then, in a moment, I experienced Ultra Instinct. It happened. I experienced Ultra Instinct because without even looking at it,
I think I just flicked it at you.
yeah, without even looking at it,
You lobbed it at me.
yeah. So he threw it at me, and without even looking, I caught this ketchup packet and I launched it back at him. And I launched it back with such accuracy, it popped on his head here.
And force.
So it hit him on his head, popped, and then flew onto the wall. So Sandro sees like red creeping down his face here. He sees red on the wall in front of him, and he thinks I've launched something so hard it's literally caused his face to explode. Thinking blood has splattered everywhere, jumps up. No, not like a scene out of dodgeball. No one makes me bleed my own blood. Jumps up, and he's bounding towards me. He said he's going to kill me. So to my credit, I didn't run away. I stood up, fists up, thinking, "Holy shit, I'm going to die!" But I've got my fists up, ready to go standing.
With Carl and Mark that jumped on me.
It was Carl, yeah. It's like just at the last second, when Sandra was about this far away from my face, a 24-stone behemoth has to jump onto him and hit him to the floor, screaming, "It's just ketchup, Sandro! It's just ketchup!" And I'm stood there quietly shitting myself, thinking, "Oh God, I'm about to die."
And then we all played bottle caps poker.
Yeah,
Mark and Carl had all them bottle caps.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
good times.
Was that also-
We're playing Bullet Storm on hardest level on it.
Was that the night that Carl stabbed himself?
Oh, it might have been. Oh, we were very drunk then.
That was that was a very mad night.
Yeah.
Just to clarify,
He had some.
like
He had some blades that you hold like the pen,
yeah.
right? And he had like a blade coming out of each side. He had two of them, and he was doing all this business. And he went whoop, and stabbed himself in the ribs, and it went in a good inch.
But this is what I want to clarify. Like, yes, he did stab himself. No vital organs were pierced. No blood arteries.
No, it was fine. It was fine because we plastered it.
Yeah, we gave him a plaster, and he was right as rain. So that was that was that story. Yeah, that was a good time, sir. Good time.
I can't believe we just put a plaster on it.
Oh Jesus.
That definitely needed stitches.
Well, at least super glue. But
yeah, we looked for that and all, didn't we?
yeah.
Good times.
That was a ridiculous night. That one. That is the main reason why I had the fear of Sandro. And to put it into perspective for you, like, he's my best mate. He's somebody that I'm glad he is my friend because I'd be terrified of him if he was my enemy.
No.
And I'm more scared of my girlfriend.
Understandable. I better. But anyway, off the subject of Sam's girlfriend again. Rutter, did you watch that Ferguson Gagey fight?
I did
Hello?
indeed. Yeah, sorry, I was miles away. Then, like, I was getting into the production zone. I'd taken my hands off everything. I was like, oh, I can relax here. They're in a good conversation here. I'll put my hands behind my head. Nope, pull me in. I did indeed watch.
I like to get you involved.
I did indeed watch the fight. I got up at 4:30 in the morning and then went to work and did a 12-hour shift afterwards as well.
Oh,
No, it worked 12 hours.
Can you get anything on the article of the fight last night with Ferguson?
Do you want to see the pictures?
Yeah, just like get some pictures up.
I will show you.
Like,
some
because
pictures while we're talking. Yeah, it was a hell of a fight.
Because obviously I'm not as invested in the UFC as like Sandro or Rutter is. So
See,
as
I
far
don't know
as
much that much about it,
So
but that fight was
I gotta show you. Tony
amazing.
Ferguson actually looked like he'd fought Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
I
Look
mean,
at state of him.
this is the thing, right? Like, as far as I was
I'll
aware going
transition
before
that in
this
right
fight,
quick as well, just so people can. Is that gonna be a good picture? Actually, no. I'll find a better picture before I transition it in. I'll find a big one.
so as far as I'm aware with this fight, like the big one that everyone was talking about was Khabib versus Ferguson in the future, and
Yeah.
obviously
Oh,
now,
quite good. That didn't happen.
and now that Ferguson's lost, it looks like that fight won't be happening.
No. But how many times is that fight supposed to have?
It
Was
was
it 5 or something?
It was fated never to actually happen. That fight.
No.
It was ridiculous.
Now Ferguson's lost. We're never going to see it, which is
Well,
disappointing.
not unless he goes on another massive, ridiculous murder spree. But I just don't.
No, well, we were 12-0, wasn't it, Ferguson? And then this one is just.
Why is it giving me really bad images? Let me just see if I can get a decent sized one. That one's.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, Gage's left hook in that fight were amazing. He just kept on cocking him. He couldn't get escape from it. Ferguson kept on coming in. Boom, left hook.
I mean, holy
I think
shit.
the second round were
I'll transition that in there.
the only decent shot Ferguson really put. Nice little uppercut at the end.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
holy
that
shit.
uppercut was spectacular.
But seriously,
But-
just look at the state of his eye.
I believe.
Yeah, I know.
I believe they're saying it's not an orbital fracture.
Orbital fracture.
No, because that'd be the eyeball, wouldn't it? Tony Ferguson's injury. Gage. But yeah, no, like you just said, Sandra, the entire first 2 rounds were a bit sort of.
Well, first round, I think Ferguson didn't even understand what was going on. He wasn't there. And then second round, he kind of brought it back a little bit. But third round, Gage, he just relaxed a bit more, picked his punches. It was more like a boxing match. But then again, he kept on taking his legs. Every part of Ferguson were bleeding. Even his shins were bleeding.
I think we've seen a picture. I think I just saw a picture of the uppercut. God.
That one.
No, not that one.
Oh.
No, you won't see a picture of it. The picture, it was a clean uppercut. I'm just trying to find what they.
It was the last punch of the second round.
I'm trying to find what they're reporting it as. Broken eye socket.
Is
that what he did?
That'd explain the head shaking at the end of the fight.
Yeah. Well, that was the last one, wasn't it? Because he started shaking his head, and then they called it, didn't they?
Well, I think you were saying earlier Walter, that Gaethje would be a pretty good
in my
fight
opinion,
against Khabib anyway.
In my opinion, if he fights like he did on Sunday,
yeah,
absolutely, he would be a
Do you
terror
think?
against Khabib,
Do
possibly.
you think that the crowd not being a crowd there made all the difference?
No, I think this was game plan. I think this was 100%. No matter how.
Yeah, I know, but
Gaethje's
I'm
one of
like,
those fighters
there
that
were no
will
crowd
out
there.
and fight.
Because I think the crowd makes a lot of difference to every.
I think the double weight cut is more of an issue that Tony did. Tony weight cut for no reason a week before, and then had to cut again, didn't he, to get into the fight? And that was a bit of a stupid move on his part, but he didn't try to shoot for a takedown in 4 rounds. He shot for a takedown in the last round.
Because he knew he was losing.
He'd already been.
He needed it.
I mean, these weight cuts though, they're ridiculous. I mean,
It shouldn't be allowed.
To be fair, the weight cut that Tony makes is not that big. Tony stays. So I think Tony walks at about 170, 175.
What I'm trying to get at is
But some of them, they walk around at like 200 pounds.
Darren Till, Scouser Darren Till, he was dropping from what 205 pounds to fight at. I think Darren Till was fighting in the 170 division at one point.
That's what I mean.
That's a big drop. That's a big weight drop.
But let's put it this way: like when I get ready to compete in men's physique or whatever, like the 12-week prep that we do, that's cut. And
yeah, but it's scheduled. It's not like over.
That's fat burning as well, because you bulk before to then cut, don't you? In men's physique.
Well, what I'm saying is, then we get to that peak week phase. Peak week's just another animal. Like,
well, I was gonna say, fighters don't bulk. Fighters are not aiming to bulk. Fighters have a walking weight, and then they cut a tiny bit of fat, and then I think someone said somewhere it's around the last 5 to 10 pounds, maybe a little bit more, is water weight.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
10
Like,
pounds of
people-
water weight. There's guys that are walking around with more than that off as a water weight as well. These are the guys that are getting put in hospital, like Yoel Romero, when you see him get on the scales at 180.
But this is what I mean. Like, peak week.
180, 185, I think it is actually, maybe. He cuts
Peak week.
a lot to fall down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, with regards to the thing, like, there's different schools of thoughts now at men's physique, but like peak week, a number of the competitions I've done, I think the first 3 competitions I did like a proper peak week where we did the whole dehydration phase.
Yeah.
So it's like you hyperload your water at the beginning of the whole thing, and then start bringing your water down, like natural diuretics, loads of vitamin C, like encouraging your body to just flush the water out. So by the time you get on stage, you're just basically there's no
Shriveled.
water between your cells. It's ridiculous. Drinking red wine the night before to even dehydrate you further.
Yeah.
Red
It's the
wine?
point- yeah, like it's the ethanol in it helps you dehydrate.
See, the thing is, Sandro, you'll know better than both of us. Like in MMA, there is I think
What?
is it 9 divisions of weight?
Oh,
Is it from
As I say, I'm
135
not-
to 220? But in boxing, just between
Yeah.
say between 60 and 70 kilos, there's what 5 weight classes? Is it 3 or 5?
4,
There you go. See, just in that alone,
maybe.
you've
I don't know.
just in that weight class alone, though, you've got a lot better movement of weight.
Yeah.
It's just by the fact that if you want to fight in 2 different weight classes, all you've got to do is change from 70 to 67, aren't you?
See,
Yeah,
this is
something
why-
like that.
And you
But
can
even,
fight
even
in
like
2
if you're in
classes, that's
heavyweight,
easy.
right, you can go in at like 16, and you could be fighting.
A guy who's
20
24.
See,
Yeah.
this is why I'd be happy. Like when we get into.
But that won't happen in MMA.
This is why I'm really happy though about the weight classes in boxing, because like say
They have an upper
when
limit.
me and Sandro
MMA.
get ready. When me and Sandro get ready to go do white collar fighting again, once my elbow hopefully is fully sorted, it's not been too bad recently. Then
Good.
I can go in quite comfortably at cruiserweight.
They don't think they really do the weight classes in the white collar boxing. It's more like your
Experience level.
experience level, how good you are. Yeah, they do take in. You know that you've you obviously you're not going to weigh. You're not going to go against someone that's weighs 70 kilos when you're weighing 100 because you
Yeah.
go in and dump him into the ground like. But well, like, what are you weighing at now? 80.
No, I weighed myself this morning. I'm at lunchtime. I'm about 88 kilos right now.
See, it's a bit hard. It's a bit hard because me and you both.
You're
have
getting
no-
closer, Sam.
I'm gonna say, me and you both have no.
That's down.
Me and you both.
Has that
have-
gone down?
Yeah, I was over 90.
I was gonna
Well,
say.
yeah.
I was gonna say.
That end up me and you fighting, you know.
Well, I was gonna say me and Sam have no previous training or fight history, so it'd be like throwing Sam in the
Yeah,
ring.
but after
We
I've
have
finished
to-
training, yeah, you'll be ready.
But this is what I'm saying. If me and Sam both went into training together.
Are you going to do it as well?
No, I was saying though, if we did, I would, yeah, happily.
Yes, Russ is
I've
doing
got
Right,
to fight,
sound.
I've got to
Russ is
fight
getting
Deontay Wilder, haven't I?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm
ladies
gonna get a bit of
and
training in there before I walk in, haven't I?
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it here first. James Rutter is going to do white collar fighting with me, Sandro. We're getting trained.
But I
We're
was
gonna
gonna
make
say-
Deontay
I was gonna say
fight
though, the
happen.
thing is, if you were to put me and Sam into the same training program at the same time, and then put us into the
Yeah.
ring together, we're both gonna know how to throw a punch on
Yeah.
a basic level, and it's not really gonna be fair that you're gonna put, like you've just said, and like Sam was trying to say, if you put me and Sam in, Sam weighs 88 kilos and I weigh between 112 and 116 on a walking day average. That's not fair. Just on the the understanding of how to throw a punch with weight behind it properly. I'm
Yeah, but
probably
you've
going
also
to end
got
up doing
the-
a lot more damage on him if I can get onto him.
Yeah,
He's going to be a
there
lot
is
quicker
that.
than me at that weight.
But there's also you
It
say
might end up with me and you then, Rutter.
You're-
I'll
yeah,
get
but-
it.
Yeah, but Rutter, you're
I've got
no,
to get in there.
I don't mean this in any disrespect though at all to you, Rutter. Like
It's about to be a fat
yeah,
joke.
you wait. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. You weigh more than me, but my muscle mass is significantly more than yours.
It's what we believe. What we believe.
So it's like
I'd say we go for this. Mate.
Once we
It's just
trim this 35% of fat off me.
We'll all be sparring in back of my garden anyway. We'll soon fight.
To be fair, we say this, but the one time Sam took me to the gym, he was like, "Fuck me, look at them calves."
Well, all power comes from your legs.
Nearly fell over when he sent calves on me.
Yeah, but you're not kicking anybody.
Mate, I'll kick you anyway.
Yeah, but all your power comes from your legs when you punch.
That's why I'm not scared of Deontay Wilder and Joshua. They both got little tiny legs. Mike Tyson's still got them thick tree trunk legs. It's terrifying. Who do you think if Tyson comes back serious? This is a genuine one for you both. Then, since you both actually do know, if Tyson comes back, right, and he looks good, he looks clean, he looks like he can fight in these charity matches.
Yeah.
And he puts on a scary show, like they put him in there with another ex-boxer who's decent still. Do we think that he's going to get, first off, because these fights they don't need proper sanctioning, so they're going to get the license there. First off, he's 52, 53, and he wasn't looking the best.
53.
Do we think he passes medicals, he gets his license back? First off,
if he, I don't think he'll pass, but let's say if he does, what's your question?
If he passes, where do we start him off on this journey to fight? Do we have to start him at the bottom? Do we start him outside of the top?
Well, yeah.
Let him knock out
You
some
start
people, get him back.
End of the day, he's a new fighter.
And this is
Yeah, it was the best. It was the best, but now he's a new fighter.
He makes that journey. He gets into the top 5. Yeah. Who do we think top 5 world rankings he's beating?
Nobody.
And this is the thing. If he comes back and does that at 53. Does that make him?
Rocky, isn't it?
Does that make him? Would that put him beyond where everyone already holds him as? Would that cement him as the greatest fighter?
Oh, if he actually did that, if he did it right, and he won one of the how many belts is the 5?
5.
If he won one of them,
yeah,
right, it would be classed as the world's ever greatest, because he's 53, for God's sake.
53 is a
At the end of
comeback.
the day, if he's going to come back and beat one of these that's trained since they were like 4-year-old.
Because the thing is people don't rate him as what he is. People don't take into account that he, at the time,
Because he's a
he was fighting-
psychopath.
Well, no, the thing is, yeah, he was young and aggressive, but you've got to think. You go back and watch the tape. The tail of the tape says he wasn't just an aggressive fighter. His IQ was high. His IQ
Oh
was
yeah,
real
you see,
high.
and the way he moved,
He was a defensive
the way he
fighter
moved was just
that had power.
unbelievable.
He was down. He was underneath every time.
That's
He'd
always
slip
what he'd
like
always
he
say,
was
though.
getting
His
out.
dodging game is just
Even
moving, and then he'll just come up with that. Oh, bang,
Can he
uppercut.
transition that IQ that he had as a fighter? Does that stick with him?
Well, the older
now
you
that
get,
that he's got ring rust as well, and the fight game
Russia,
changed like that.
let's look at it this way, right? A fighter can still have his IQ. A fighter can still have his power. But if we
His
go
speed.
to a fairly recent example where we had Alexander Usyk against Tony Bellew. Bellew was a fighter with high IQ, but he was a little bit past it.
Well, he even agreed that his mind was faster than his body, and he actually accepted that when he lost.
He physically couldn't keep up with his own mind in that fight against.
But it's not his fault that he can't take a punch either. So
That's a good point.
But basically, what I'm trying to say is like, in Bellew's case, it must be kind of like a terrifying thing where you can see the punch coming, you know the punch is coming, but your body physically won't move the way you want it to avoid the punch. So it's like, you know it's coming, you can predict it, but you can't physically move out of the way of it because you.
the thing is with Tyson though, he just moved.
Yeah.
He moved. He were always moving,
Well, that's
and
what I
that's
was
what
going to
made
follow
him
up with. When you
slip.
look at them videos, when you look at any videos that surfaced in the past few years of him showing off movement and head movement and stuff to people and other fighters outside of boxing, like there's a video of him showing how to do slips and get to the sides of people.
Yeah, but there's
Like
no
he
one
used to
hitting
do
him
in
back
his
there.
fight. He still moves quick though. That's still quicker
Oh,
than I
yeah.
could move. That's still quicker than most people could move.
Yeah, but what's his reaction speed like?
But that's what it comes to. If he's still got that speed, is his
Yeah.
reactions? Because if he's still got that level of speed and reaction at 53, I think he's in with the shot of actually getting
you can
into
have
the
all
top
the
5 and
you
upset
can have
people.
all the speed in the world, but if your mind ain't quick enough to react to it,
Yeah.
it's not. It's from your mind to your muscles.
It's just a case.
Now
of
that's the thing, not what it is. Yeah, he's fast. Yeah, he's like lightning still, but he's still not the fastest. And he's 53. If he gets one whack off somebody that's in the prime,
That'd probably be your telltale fight, wouldn't it? That'd be the one that everyone wants to line up. Oh, Mike's made it all the way into top 5. Let's throw him in the ring with Deontay just to prove the point.
Yeah,
And you know
I
that'd
think
be
he'll
what it
beat.
is if it.
I think he'll beat Wilder. Maybe. I think it'll be a close one.
Hang on, I'm gonna try and find a link to send you. It's
What is it, sir?
It's gonna be. I was watching. Did you guys ever watch Canelo versus Jacobs?
No, I don't think I watched that one. You might have shown me it.
Yeah, I'm showing Sandro. It's like, you want to talk about head move.
Yeah, he moves just like him.
It's just like, this is what I meant when you were talking about it. This is what was coming to my mind. Oh, hang on. Right.
Plus, Tyson's old school.
Daniel Jacobs.
Right. Right. So I've just sent you a link.
I've got one that's 5.5 minutes long.
No, I've got you one that's quicker.
Oh, you got
just go to the Discord and click that link up.
Right, cool.
Yeah, with all older blokes that are calling Tyson out, I think Tyson will tear through them like paper. But, like, with the rugby lad, what's his face?
Sonny Bill.
Yeah, I think that'll be a close one because he's a younger fan.
Yeah, well, so, like, we've got the fight up here. Like, so, if you want to... Yeah, so it's like, just literally just watch Canelo in this. It's utterly,
Transition there, we go. All right, it's up.
At least the other jab, lots of jabs, nothing landed. However, Canelo is moving and not punching.
And it sets up right hands like that just barely miss.
I don't see Jacobs
right hand downstairs, but the jab starts all that.
And look, that's good defensive work by Canelo Alvarez. There's no question.
Around the ring with his feet, his head movement.
The thing with Canelo is Canelo lets people land the jab as well.
Brilliant in the last couple of fights.
This is fantastic defense in this round from Canelo, and he punctuates it with a jab.
He lets the jab land when he's got his hands up every now and again, right? So then he doesn't have to reach out to gauge distance. He lets the taller fighter engage him, and he knows, if you watch him, he takes a touch on purpose every now and again.
Yeah, every now and then he takes...
Well, watch this video, he doesn't.
Look at him slip all these shots.
None of them.
The hardest thing to do in the ring.
Not
Make
a
the
single
man miss.
one.
Beautiful
angry there.
display of defense from Canelo.
I like the little whoop.
Canelo's very, very good at what he does, and that's carrying him through weight classes as well at this point.
But that's just that's the thing. So, like, when you talk about that move, that fighter IQ that Tyson had, yeah, but the thing is, he's 53 now. So would his body move as fast as that nowadays? Probably not, in my. You reckon?
I reckon.
Well, have you watched the videos? He's still moving quick. It was never the fastest.
No,
it was never the fastest.
But
the way he moves is how he won.
Yeah, he moves around. He abuses the fact that the
that's your IQ. That's what you've got here.
The fact that he's faster than him. He moves really low. He gets his head so low, and then he snaps up into the jaw very quick with like uppercuts and sharp rights, doesn't he?
Yeah.
A lot of the time, his knockouts.
It's the boom, boom.
He'll wind round until he can see them.
And his switch of his body.
Yeah.
So he'll go in, he'll uppercut you, and then he'll move his and smash you in the face.
Yeah, now we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what he'll do. That's how he won. But yeah, that's exactly what you said, Roy. He gets really low, he moves in, Bob's weaves right in, and people will try to hit him. Every now and then, one of them will get hit.
He tries to bait the way. So you know the way we criticise how Deontay throws punches.
Yeah.
Tyson draws people in to get that out of them. He frustrates them because he gets in there, and as a smaller fighter, they know as a bigger fighter, they've always been trained that all you've got to do is be able to catch him and keep him at range, and he's not going to be able to do all. You're going to be able to walk him down all night like Tyson Fury does to a lot of his fighters. And what Mike Tyson was really good at was being so quick that he could nip his head in, keep it low enough that it'd frustrate him, and they'd have to bring the guard down to try and hit him. Then he always fought with like sort of hunched and leant forward slightly, and he could always pull back away from it faster than they could hook, and then he'd step in, like Sandro was saying, he'd step around as opposed to in.
He'd just switch. He'll move his body full on.
Because that was the thing. He'd always move, say, to your left and follow through with a right that was always pushing that way that your body's moving as well. And it was very, very scary, and no one else could do it as quick as him.
Guys, you know what I find is hilarious about these like podcasts that we've recently been doing? I think
the way we always get onto boxing and fighting.
Yeah, the last 4 that we've done now, we've started off on. This one we started off on lockdown. We've somehow pulled it all the way back.
It's just like having a normal conversation.
But This is how this is it. This is exactly how we all talk.
It's always
The whole point of the podcast
We
was
can't
me.
help it.
There's not a lot else going on outside of lockdown at the minute. Fights seem to be the only thing that are
Well-
managing to slip through.
Yeah. Well, end of the day, if other people want us to talk about something else, they can like and comment below, and we can talk about whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe they want me to put another face mask. Who knows?
right.
I have actually got one today, right?
You've
I'm
got
going
your
to smell
black
like a
face.
coconut, mate. No, right, end of the day, right? It's well false advertised, that. Right? Because if you look on your packet, it says your face is going to look green or your face is going to look black, yeah? I put that on my face. It was see-through.
The black one won't be. I've used the black one over my nose.
I sent you a picture of it.
The black one.
That was the black one.
You
It
joke.
was see-through. Yeah.
I mean, you need to get that charcoal stuff, then you'll go black.
I've got some creamy stuff. I'm going to smell like a coconut.
All right, guys, and on that bombshell for today's on today's podcast. Remember to like our video, subscribe to the video, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below if you've got any topics that you want us to bring up, that you want us to talk about. Let us know what's going on in the world in your area. If it's something interesting that we think is going to be pretty good to talk about, let us know. We'll talk about it. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and we will see you again in the next podcast. So have a good one, team.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.